We're back. After waiting so long for that fucking thing to end, we are back. Now I'm back to uploading.
This is a dark. This is your nightmare. This is real.
Let's fucking do this thing, dude. But like I said, I have to pause until I get to Act 2 of whatever story I get to. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, excuse me. We are back though. That took a minute, but I guess here is where we make the choice. Either we go for it or take it easy. I'm not going to wait till next time, so... Okay, we're going to go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emi pull ahead? I speed up. Second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emi looks over her shoulder at me and grins. Still going? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. Emi laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. If this is the way we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. I can feel my lungs burning and my legs starting to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. How the hell does she... It's like a string pulling at my chest, a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I can think of anything else, then, oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. Oh shit! No, don't bust your shit, dude, don't bust your shit! I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch at my chest and the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emi whirls around and her eyes widen. Isao! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? Nothing. Just keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Hisao, this is Nick Randoms 88. I am the voice in your fucking head. Don't panic. Dude, do you need me to get the nurse? I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing. No, something happened there. I open my eyes and glance at a very worried Emi. Think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird even to myself. Oddly enough, and matter of fact, it makes Emi frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You got to see the nurse. Emi grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Emi offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed of my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emi concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Okay, apparently, I think we're at Emi's story. I'm not sure. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Emi crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine? Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug, but lays it down after following Emi's gaze to me looming in the doorway. Hisao, what brings you here? We were running and he stumbled over. Damn it! Can you give me a minute to fucking read? We were running and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest, and I thought I'd come to get you and make him wait there, but he said he was okay, but then I thought you should see him anyway, and easy there, Emi. Calm down. Hisao, what happened? I don't know. We were running and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns as if to say that just a flutter is kind of an oxymoron. I didn't mean quite this when I suggested to get some exercise. Got to be more careful, Hisao. I was being careful. Come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem all that. It doesn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would. You just what? That is, I was racing Emi. Emi, is this true? Emi fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it aloud and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs his forehead with one hand tiredly. Emi's got to be more sensible to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart, and getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible. Actually, I started it. The nurse is stunned by my statement. Yeah, you what? We were just running and Emi started to pull away. And so I sped up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks down at the both of us. Just please help me to understand these fucking children. So, nurse, I've been meaning to ask you, how's your brother Gin doing? You know, Gin Ikimaru from Bleach? Yeah, how's he doing? You know, your twin? I'm sorry, I had to make that joke. So you're both stupid. Hey! I ain't stupid, motherfucker. I have an IQ of over 120, motherfucker. That's a comfort, I guess. Now, come on, Hisao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to kneel over and die. So how does it feel? I don't know. Nothing much. Tired, but it might be just from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that. I am not going to object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. A thoroughly miserable Emi comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you. Again with that decisive nod. So you have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. I start with a you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep. The weather's nice now, so the roof's a great spot for lunch, you know. I see. You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me a chance to make it up to you. Of course not. Great. See you there. You're a little ball of fucking energy, dude. I stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed, apart from my senses. Swallow with difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around on the other side of the curtains. He drew to give me privacy. I can see his shadow shifting about in the sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion like waves. Light sifts through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. Close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heart beat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it, not even a week and I end up like this again? I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play a half-baked sports star in front of a real one. And why did I try to act brave? Like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was. It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Ah! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Hold up. Changing song. Nah, not feeling that. No. No. Wait. Yes. I have to be more careful, or I will end up in the hospital again. Or worse. Love this song, dude. I'm probably going to break out into song when the lyrics start. That's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness. I'm damned if I voodoo, and I'm damned if I don't. Come on, baby, baby, walk with me, and we'll finally sing song. Now the dead can't die, and I'm not alive. I've got one walking by my side. It's a hearse, and that coming now comes next. A diamond noose around my neck. See you in the graveyard at midnight. Such a horrifying daylight. Your ice cold touch, it feels so right. And just last night I walked with a zombie. I walked with a zombie. I walked with a zombie. Hell yeah, dude. I fell asleep for how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? Can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. Feeling kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Ah, shit. Me croaking the question to gain some orientation, the nurse looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in slow motion. 10:15. Try to think of a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure. You didn't answer my question, Hisao. Oh, fine. Climb down from that bed then, and let's see how you are doing. Don't. I try to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily when I move too fast. The nurse moves to support me by an arm and sighs. Stand up too quickly, is what I was going to say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure. My good intentions sure lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption and my arm. After a couple of minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor happy. You're all right. Head stopped spinning? Yeah. Good. And how are the contents doing? You didn't show very good judgment out there, Hisao. I swallowed the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking it myself, but hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make him any less right. No, sir. He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. It would be easy to be angry at him. Hold up. Yeah. If he said told you so or something, but he doesn't. I can try and help you to keep your health, but ultimately the last call lies with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that. Here, a note for your teacher to avoid an interrogation. I take the slip of paper he's offering and then make my leave as I can't think of anything else to say, nor even really want to. Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time it could be different. I hear you. There is some way to get the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost, so I get out from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff and going straight away to class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. The halls are quiet as the courtyard was. Naturally, since everyone is in class, I light knockily at the door of class 3-3 and push open the door when Matao calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. Good morning, Nakai. Matao seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from the rambling lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave me. Matao takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows and gives me a kind of stern look but doesn't say anything, just nods solemnly again. I shrug and he gestures me at me to run along, so I naturally do. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I have even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive the first days. I was pretty high-strung in class. Ugh. Damn it, dog. You ruined my backrest. That's probably why my back fucking kills right now. Ugh. Hold on. Oh, stretch. Where's my bottle? I want it, and there's a penny stuck to my foot. What the fuck? There's literally a penny, like, stuck to my ankle. What the fuck? Get off. Get off. Damn it. And I can't even reach my bottle. Hold up. Had to change the song, too, because that one started to lag bad. Ugh. Okay, got my bottle. We're good. My bottle of fucking root beer. Matao finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. Oh no, the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. Games and fried food, says Misha. Everyone bursts into laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. Damn you, I saw that coming. But what I meant to was more the meaning of the festival. The remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Matao deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in this school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Normally I'd join the flow and grab lunch myself, but today is different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. An odd location, but that's where I was told to go. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. Eventually, the torrent subsides, and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing. Isn't that supposed to be bouncing? Nah, flouncing is a word. Flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. Hey, hi, Hisao. Great timing. I have super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. Fucking Rin, goddammit. What's up, Rin? Man, you had a good story. Hope that maybe later in my career I can revisit and show how much my skills improve with your story. Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Hello. Yipes, you scared me, Ren, you bitch. Wait, isn't she... Hello. Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? I look confusedly at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Rita has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds until Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited us out for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? Neither. I have food for 3. Dog, move, please. Ugh, now I gotta fix the backrest again, made out of fucking pillows. Hold up. God damn it. Fucking pillows, dude. They do not make very good backrests unless you actually have a lot of them, which I only have 3, because I normally sleep sitting up. Trying to open the fucking root beer, yes. I don't even like root beer, but it's all there is. I mean, I would drink water, but there's barely any ice. And I only drink ice water. Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills. Rolling like a celebrity. Living in Beverly Hills. Bow, 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 bow. I love that song, dude. Neither. I have food for 3. Nice thinking. They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in the other schools. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges. Perhaps it's an attempt to make the roof look less desolate. Small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I peek through the chain-link fence to take a look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town feel strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. Sorry, I had to change the song. Hectic lifestyle of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it or get their senses overloaded by neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine. Looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly, I haven't had time to think how I feel about it. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. Sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. Hold up. Emi settles on a bench with Rin in tow and proceeds one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag. Come on, Asao, what are you waiting for? She is beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. Jesus. 2 people. One that I've already done the story for and one that I think I'm on it. I don't know. And they're both lagging the recording slightly. I seat myself on the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all 3 of us fit on it. Impressive view. Emi suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Rin and hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch, as promised. Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good. Thanks. I made them myself when I can. Oh, I make them myself. Conversation dies off as I set about the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I am in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? I can't decide if getting it used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? No. Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emi tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. Emi looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding. My morning run always works up an appetite. Which is great because I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. What would happen if you'd lose it? Would you become a man? I very nearly choke on my lunch trying not to laugh. It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too? Do you always talk like this? Hell, like what? I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on the obvious question. How do you two meet? Rin seems content to let Emi answer this question. Someone in the housing department thought that we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. Complement each other? Like shoes and a suit. Huh? Emi giggles at my confusion. Put us together and we've got all our limbs. Get it? Ah, I see what you did there. You know, she's got no legs, she's got no arms. You put them together, they'd be a full person. Ah. So I started helping Rin get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. I see. Rin chooses this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. Right, that seems fairly obvious. Really? Kind of. This isn't helping, but at least Emi seems to find the whole thing funny.
Envy. Sloth. Gluttony. Wrath. Pride. Lust. Greed.
That, combined with the fact that Rin is genuinely curious, makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms. So putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm going to just stop talking now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner. I see. This conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emi finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good. As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Rin speaks up. I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry. With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. Oh, juice? Really? Juice! Haterade. Let's do it. Oh my god. Juice! Rin. Fucking Rin, dude. Mind fuck. Oh, that story was great, though. She tosses me one that appears to be cranberry juice. Ugh. Cranberry juice is not that great unless you're trying to piss clean. For a drug test or some shit. I don't know. I just know that cranberry juice is good for that. That's all I know it's good for. I don't like the taste of it. One to Rin that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk. Ugh! Complete with pink color scheme. And keeps a equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch for herself. Oh, you bitch! Give me the fruit punch. You take the cranberry. Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of her box and begins to drink. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is. But this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Rin or Emi are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware of that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So, Sal, how do you like it up here? It's quite nice, actually. I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch, too. Emi grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. Yeah, no lunch service? I don't know. Emi looks mock offended. Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve! She giggles. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Rin and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. Oh, don't worry. There will be... Not even going to finish that sentence. I am suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emi pouts. I'm kidding! I was kidding! I love to eat lunch up here again. Good location, and company's okay, too. Emi frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess this makes us friends now. Or at least acquaintances. Lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs. Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't that hungry. If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away. Rin shrugs as if this was an acceptable risk. Come on, we'd better get going. The three of us head down the stairs together. Oh, shit. Afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of the books I finished reading. Hold up. Itch. Alert. Ah, nose itches. Turning inside, I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday, all the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. Jesus! Stop scaring the poor woman in his house. She's gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna say this now. She's actually kind of cute. To be completely honest, I wish there was a story for her. Because that'd be epic. Epically bootleg, maybe, since she's like 3 years older than him. As I drop the books I borrowed into the returns slot in the counter, Yuko suddenly pops up from behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Ah, sorry, Yuko. Didn't mean to startle you. No, that's fine. It happens. A lot. I'm used to it by now. Can I help you? Yes. As a matter of fact, you can. You see, I'm directing this movie, you see. And I need a woman with like you in the cast. What kind of movie is it? A porno. It's fucking bogus. It's okay. I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. Suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's not much else to do. And after reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. I wander down to the fiction section towards the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. As I do, I look over to the corner where Hanako had been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Sure enough, there she is. Surprisingly, though, she's there, absorbed completely in a fairly thick book. I decide against intruding on her like last time and get back to finding a reading material. Don't worry, Hanako. I'm coming for you. Gonna save you from chilled, alright? After an indiscernible amount of time spent pursuing the aisles, I finally decide on a couple of books to get and slide them off the shelf. With a minimum of fuss, I quickly walk over to the counter, check out my books, and pop them into my bag as I walk out. By the time I leave the main building, Sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but the majority have left, presumably to their homes and dorms. Feeling utterly drained, I head to my room to read the books I borrowed. There's been enough action and excitement for one day already. The first is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I know the story, of course, but I've never actually read the original book. I've seen the movie, never read the book. Alice in Wonderland. Only seen the original cartoonized movie. It's just as trippy as I remember the story to be. Trippy is right. With the wacky characters and nonsense plot. Start thinking of myself as some kind of an Alice too. Helplessly tumbling down the rabbit hole into this cripple wonderland. Okay, that's a rather strong expression. Still, the isolated location and the overt way the school accommodates to absolutely everything is unsettling. It is like another world. I wonder why I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider like Alice, despite most everyone being so hospitable and friendly to me. Friendly with me. Turning another page, my mind starts drifting further away from the book. It's quiet. I can hear my heartbeat thumping against the fabric of my shirt. For some reason, it makes me feel really bad, like it has since that time in the forest with Iwanako. Like I was locked in a cage with something nasty and scary. I put the book down for a while and stare at the ceiling, taking my time to shake off the feeling. 200 pages later, I fall asleep. Yes. Students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people that have worked through the night. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see those girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Just give me a minute. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. Maybe they turn their heads and quickly look away. I started reading, so I messed up. Baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and soon my heart is black. My red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe I'll just fade away and not have to face the facts. Life easy raising up when your whole world is black. No more will my green sea go turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, I fucking love this song. Love will laugh with me before the morning comes. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see those girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Alright, I'm good. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Matao lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Well, guys, I'm going to stop it here and continue next time. Peace out.